Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever this message may find you. It's your girl, Jay's Louise. I am in traffic, right? Of course, it's like crazy traffic right now, right? I'm about to go run some errands. I have been cooking all day with my chef hat on. But I had, so being that I'm in traffic, I'm sitting here, right? And I'm like, you know how you can compare so many things to life. Oh, before I get into this, right? I'm going to say the mantra. I'm going to say a little joke. I don't know what this thing is. So I am so happy and I am so grateful that money comes to you and I in increasing quantities on a continuous basis through various sources, all in a positive and peaceful manner. Good vibes only. I am free and I am awake. Okay, so now for the other part of this, right? I don't know. I was at my people's house and they had a movie on, and the movie was called Sausage Party. Like, I don't know if I don't watch TV, so like I don't watch TV, so I be like way out the loop. Like, I don't be knowing what like half the time what the hell is going on, right? So this movie was on, and again, it's called Sausage Party. Now, you could be on, like, you could look at this and go past it and think it's like a kid's movie because it's like cartoons, but you don't really realize, like, it's not. First of all, once you're watching it, you absolutely 100% know that you cannot watch it with your children. It's freaking hilarious, right? But what blew me right, is not only is it funny, but then you're tripping because they start talking like real sexual, right? But then as it's going on, it's like completely 100% comparing real life, right? Like, the grocery store is full of groceries, right? And the groceries have, their people or whatever in the movie. So they talk to each other and stuff. So they say all this shit or whatever. And it's like interesting because they think that if they leave the grocery store that they're going to the promised land. They call getting bought, right? And sold. Getting bought and brought home to a home to be eaten or utilized, whatever product it may be. They think that that's going to the promised land. And they so then they got like a couple of products in the store. They know the truth. They know that the best thing to do is stay in the store. You don't want to get thrown away because you expired, and you do not want to be bought because that's the end. That's it, right? So you got like some of the people in there that's like woke. Well, some of the products in the store, they're woke. So they're like, you've been lied to. Everything you've been told is a lie, And then so it's like kind of like how in real life everybody's like, oh, like, on these programs, and they think certain things and they think certain things are true, and then they live by that, die by that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I was just watching that. I thought it was crazy as hell, and I was just like, damn. This shit is exactly like life. Movies are replicas of real life. As far as messages go, I don't care what nobody said. But as I'm driving, sitting in traffic, I'm like, it's like when you're in jail or prison, and I hate to, compare life to prison, because honestly, life is not a prison. But I think a lot of us, we live in mental prisons, right? Like, for instance, with them people at the little grocery store or the products, they think that Like, they're brainwashed, so they live in mental prisons or whatever. A lot of us are brainwashed. We live in mental prisons. And depending upon what you believe in, life could be hell on earth, you know? It could be not heaven at all. It could not be happy at all, right? And when you're in prison, right? It's like you're sitting there. You're going through passing your days, however you do that. And you wait on your time. You know, you wait on your turn to be called to be released, right? And for all those out here that believe in anything and are striving towards anything and working towards things, right? It's like you're waiting on your turn, right? Like all the rappers in the industry, all the people, Oprah, you're going through you're passing your days and you're working towards whatever, right? Whatever that is. Whatever your goals are. Hell, even if your goal today is just to find somewhere to live, lay your head and get something to eat, get something to smoke on. You working towards something, right? It's like people just wait to be chosen for their turn. It's your turn now. And a lot of you out there, or us, somebody out there, you've been working. You've been working for a long time on something. And you like, I just wait for my name to be called. But when it's your turn though, it's just like when you in jail or you in prison and they call your name, you know. You ain't confused, you know. You giving out your shit, you it's time to go. Okay? And in life, it's the same way. Like, that shit, you be giving that shit away. Like, oh, yeah, this shit, I'm about to go. I'm going to the upper echelons. You dig? I finally got a piece of the pie. On the grill. Took a whole lot of terrain just to get up that hill. Now we're up in the big leagues. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I said we're moving on up. You know when it's your time, right? You know. Your name got called. God said it's your turn. God said it's your turn. And if you know it's your time, right? It's like it happens so fast. Like everything just like woo, 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 woo. Or you don't even know what's happening. You just like, ugh. You know, it's just happening so fast. You gotta hurry. They call your name, alright, they take you down, put the thing, you giving away your stuff, you going to processing, you doing this, you doing that. It's like the steps to get out of jail or prison. I'm just saying, there's steps when you're moving up. And it might not look like what you thought. You know? Like your steps might be like you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of like being told which way to go. God telling you which way to go. God said it's your turn. It's your turn. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Said you're moving on up. Do you know that you're moving on up? Did you know that you was moving up? Do you feel that you're moving up? Even if you don't see it right now, you can feel it. You just stay 10 toes down with who you know made this happen. That source, that connection that you make, keep that connection. Because don't get forgetful and that thing starts spreading apart, and then things gonna start to go like, but before you get to, bring it back on up, make sure you staying 10 toes down with that source. It's like it's just the part that we didn't get touched on enough. And a lot of us, as we came up into adulthood, we didn't get taught that. And it's okay. But long as you know, once you know, you need to act like you know. You gotta stay connected. Got to be okay with what happens when you're connected, because the things that you attached yourself to when you weren't connected, it wasn't no good anyway. It might have felt good, it might have be like you got history and you feel like, oh, it's sad because I can't see them no more, and it do be like that. Like I'm not saying this shit no cakewalk. I'm not saying like leaving people behind is fun. It's not. But what do you can't do that. You can't sit around and just wait around for people to catch up, or not even catch up, to just get where you at. They somewhere else. They're just somewhere else. And it's so sad when you really want them to be where you're at. But don't let it stop your happiness. I told my girlfriend's son, I'm about to get off of here too, because this is like just about to be too long. But I told my girlfriend's son, I was like, listen, because he's like, my brothers and sisters always been me and them, but I'm just saying, like, honestly, we live our lives for ourselves. I'm not saying that you're not supposed to, you're supposed to, it's all about other people. It is about togetherness and all that, but it's about the right people. It's not about your history all the time. And I know that just sounds so cutthroat when we're talking about certain people, because it be people that you really, really, really love, and you really, really don't want, to detach yourself from. I get it. But that hurt is a different kind of hurt compared to the hurt that I feel when I'm not connected to Source, God, the Almighty Creator of all things. I can't create air. I can't create the sky. Like, He can do. I mean, our Creator does all things, so I want to be connected to that. I don't want to disconnect from that anymore. I don't want to think that I could do things on my own anymore. I did that already. And I was very sad. And I had a lot of hurtful encounters. And, people look at you and they don't know. They have no clue. They might even have a piece of information that they know about where you've been and where you come from. But nobody has embodied the pain along your journey, particularly to have an opinion. But they will have an opinion. But you don't need to attach yourself to anyone's opinions, nor do you need to attach yourself to things, people, places, and things that were attached to you when you weren't connected. Because that was the only reason why you were doing that, is because you weren't connected. When you're connected, you have everything that you already need to be successful in life and happy. And everybody's level of success changes upon their upon the arrival of each level of consciousness. So if you are thinking that you know some things, you know, in the year 21, then when you get to 22, you realize, damn, I really didn't know anything. Then you get to 2023, then you look back, you're like, I ain't know shit then either. Every time you graduate and unravel, uncover a level of maturity, you know, uncover certain grounds, you begin to elevate and you begin to move in a way that speaks volumes for you in your life. The value of your life is it's limitless. You know, there's a scale. I wish I could pop it up on the screen. The scale that I have, that I pay attention to, and it's like, you know, the scale. For real, that's the scale of life, in my opinion. You know, you get to the highest, then part of the enlightenment, there's a window on the scale that allows you to be at a vibration to allows you to be at a mental capacity to where you can live a blissful life. And if you're not in that bracket area, you know, it's just like tax brackets, you know, and you want to kind of be in the right tax bracket. You know, it's the same way with life in your mentality and stuff like that, vibrations and the way, you know, you conduct yourself while dealing with others, having a level of compassionate outlooks on people's adversities, and understanding where you're at in relation to where you want to be. But guess what? I got on here to tell you that it's your turn. It's your turn. And whomever this resonates with, that's whose turn it is. Until next time, I wish you peace, health, wealth, and the time to enjoy them all. And eat to live. Love y'all. Stay safe. And happy holidays.